everybody, and welcome to round number 10, the midway of the season here in the Sunoco Elite Series Season 3. We are back at Sonoma for another 25 laps around this intense road course as we've just reached the halfway point in the season. On the pole today, the rookie Jack Halleck, who had just joined in back at Portland, is going to get his first career pole here in Sonoma alongside Pinocchio Young, rookie of the season last season. In row 2, Gerard Aron, who got pole last week and is now in third place this week. Very good qualifying out of Gerard Aron this season so far, alongside points leader Max Anderson, who has looked very strong for a while now. In row 3, we have William Brock, the person most wins on the active all-time win list. James Constantine obviously all-time, but he is not active at the moment. Alongside Lorenzo Log, who is on his first season on rank A, still looking for his first win this season. In row 4, we have Aiden Shepard, who has 2 wins to his name, but hasn't gotten those wins since back in season 1. So we're watching Shepard to see if he can finally get it today alongside Benoit Verveen, who did get a win last season in Mid-Ohio. But he's still got a long ways to go in that rank C. Okay, and in row 5, we have Vance Caldwell, who currently sits second in points, has 2 wins this season, coming at Michigan and Diamond Ridge, alongside Carson Bowers, who also has 2 wins this season, coming at Thunderbolt and last week at Old Spice. So he's had so far a good season altogether. Both of these guys are within the top 4 in points, so watch for them as the season continues. With Jack Halleck at the front. Sorry about that. A little bit of too much volume in my headphones. So Jack Halleck has had such a career since he joined into the series. Even though it was just Portland was round 4. He has so far had, what was it? I believe it was round 6 actually. Round 6. He's had an absolutely amazing season so far. He currently sits in the Rookie of the Season position as he had just taken over after Old Spice from Gatlin Downey, who sits pretty far down the grid. Algebra Nausica's has been having a good season for her. Been interrupting her teammates a lot and just hasn't really been there. Even though she's ranked B, her teammates have been outperforming her by far. Darren Weber starts in the 15th position for rank D, the highest rank D on the grid, which is very good for Darren Weber. He got 2 top 10s last season and is looking to make his 3rd career top 10 in the SES. Some threats back here. Paul Jackson, another bad qualifying for Paul Jackson so far this season, just hasn't been there like it was last season. Philip Scott, Team Flame Racing altogether, has just not had a good qualifying, and they're sitting near the rear. And William Duncan sits all the way back here on the second to last row. He's got a lot of time to make up with his teammate Rowe, as even though Halleck's on the pole, Maverick did not have a good qualifying altogether, as both Maverick GP guys are in the bottom 5 rows. But Halleck, if he gets this, it would be career win number 1 and the first for any rookie. But he's got 25 laps to hold off some of these really big threats. The first person in the order to have a win is Max Anderson in P4, as he has 2 wins this season. Other than that, if you want to count out him, if you want to go first person have a win as of last season, it would be William Brock, who had 4 last season, as he sits in the 5th position. Brock, one of the most dominant guys out here, one of the guys everyone expects to win this championship eventually, but he's still not there yet, as it'll be Jack Halleck. Yes, this is normal for people who haven't watched the series that much. This is completely normal, as you just need to wait for Halleck to catch up. There he goes, as he'll seesaw back into order, And Jack Halleck will lead him down to the green flag for his first time in the Sunoco Elite Series in Sonoma. Green flag in the air. Brock got off to a bad start on row 3 as we barrel down into turn 1. Clean start as Halleck leads early. Gerard Aron trying on the inside to try to get the position from his teammate. And it looks like he will get the position from his teammate. Anderson will get it from Young. Young did not have a good start for himself as Halleck begins to pull away. We'll have to watch. This Anderson's usually like this. He usually starts decent, has a decent run, but near the end of the run and the start of the second run, he just accelerates to the next level. So don't expect him to be fast on this first run, like really fast, as that shows as isn't even close to the fastest time. He's 2/10 off, which is out of Rock, and then it's Halleck. So like I said, Anderson's usually not really fast on that original run, but he's really good near the end of that original run and during the beginning of the second one, or in this case it'll be the last run. Oh, that's Lorenzo Log with a massive issue. We expected issues, but we did not expect it this early. So here's Lorenzo Log coming down, and this would be big mechanical issue, missed fourth gear, and gearbox died instantly. This has happened in many tracks in the past, and it's going to happen again for Lorenzo. It's going to happen for Lorenzo Log. This is, I believe, the first time Lorenzo Log has ever had this issue. And he'll come to a stop, and that's the end of the day for Lorenzo Log. Bad luck for Epic Motorsports. But this does give some people extra positions. This will give Weber back his 15th position and Jackson into the 16th position, starting to chase Weber down. Jackson's been gaining a lot since the beginning of this race. As if you also look, one thing is, for her first time, Skylar Johnson actually won practice. So she's been shown to be one of the fastest people out here in Sonoma, which we haven't seen much out of Skylar Johnson this season. She is second to last in points, ahead of her teammate Torres, as Red Stallion is having a dismal season. As Torres shows it, as he's P30, which is barely hanging on to a points position. But Halleck is about 2 seconds out, and he continues to lead this race. What a day it would be for Maverick GP, not only to get that win, their first win this season, but it to be the big rookie, the guy who's coming out here and everyone's saying that he's going to possibly get a rank A next season. And to see him possibly get a win, that's 100 extra points. Benoit Lervine now loses another position to Carson Bowers, as Carson Bowers just is so much faster, especially because of his experience here. The other winner here, Scott Roush, is not in the field today. Here is Jackson trying to work on Weber. Weber is a decent driver altogether, knows how to defend, but isn't very good at advancing through a pack, which is a problem for him. Halleck has the best lap by 0.4 of a second. Wow. Halleck seems determined to not give this up, as he's over 2.3 seconds ahead of Gerard Aron now. As history shows that not a single rookie has ever won a race in the ACS. It always took until their second season at least. Other than season 1, because everyone's a rookie. But obviously that doesn't count. But even with Pinocchio Young, he got Rookie of the Season last season. He is still winless in the Sunoco Elite Series. Never gotten a win. Johan Arndt never got a win. He was second in that fight. Ooh, big battle between Carson Bowers and Vance Caldwell. This is 4th and 2nd in points, battling. Then it's Brock, who's 3rd in points. And then it's Anderson leading it. Which, yeah, no one likes to see Anderson in the front. As long as Log didn't get back out on track, that mechanical issue was able to be fixed, and he's back out on track. I believe this is his first lap back out on track. He's only on lap 6. Everyone else on lap 8. So a win would definitely up his points positions. That would, because right now he has pole. That's 5 points. He's led a lap, that's 5 more points. So right now, if he wins this race, he's already got 110 points. If he's able to lead the most laps, which he's close to doing, then he may get the full eligible 120 points to his name, which would be absolutely incredible for Jack Halleck, as he's already led. Before this race, he had only led 3 laps. So far this race, he's about to lead 10. So, Halleck looking stronger than he has so far this season. As Nick Pericles has now gotten past Benoit Ravine, is now going after Carson Bowers. Epic Motorsports has a lot to make up with Lorenzo Log now out of it. They still have Max Anderson, Carson Bowers, and Fitzwater, though, near the front, as the gap for constructors is only 1 point. It's not that large at all. 1 point is nothing in this series, so to have a driver have a really bad day from a gearbox issue is just something they don't want when they're only 1 point ahead in Constructors' Championship. Epic Motorsports, the reigning Constructors' Champions. Fitzwater Australia Racing, even though they've won an individual championship, they have never actually won a Constructors' Championship. WBM got it in Season 1, and Epic Motorsports got it in Season 2. Fitzwater Australia Racing, still looking for that first Constructors' Championship. They got close both seasons, just couldn't tie it together. Now this season, they are looking strong. Combined between them, all 3 drivers on Fitzwater Australia have a total of 8 wins. That's incredible. I believe that's more than any other in the field, if I'm correct. No, Epic Motorsports is 9. With Caldwell's 4, Pericles 3, and Pericles 3, no, it's actually 10. Pericles 3 and Lorenzo Log's 3. As there's Vincent trying to go on Fitzwater. Interesting battle. We haven't seen that much between those two. Nuskawa Johnson, practice winner, now in the top 20. Looking very strong for herself. Can she keep it up? Finn Guy has been getting a little higher. He now sits 21st, looking after Philip Scott, who almost won here in Season 1. I say almost because he tracked down Scott Roush, was not able to get the pass on him, and Roush ended up taking it away. Roush is out of the picture now, but now Philip Scott is in P20. You don't expect a lot of the action to really start happening until, you don't expect a lot of the action to be happening until later in the second run, but Brock has an issue. No doubt, that's a huge issue for Brock. He's off the side of the track, limping it. There doesn't seem to be damage. This means another mechanical problem in this race. And Brock is P3 in points. That's a huge, huge implication for this Constructors. Both Constructors for himself, because they're falling behind, and also for the individual championship. As now he's dropped below Finn Guy, and he's still limping it. He still has power. There may be a cylinder down, but he is going to dive to the pits and try to see what's up, get that repaired. That's bad luck for William Brock so far, because that's 2 mechanical problems that have ailed people so far this race. Bad luck, William Brock. Young dives in the pits. Halleck in the pits. Gerard Aron in the pits, but Anderson stays out. Duncan is in the pits as well. Anderson stays out. Carson Bowers, Fitzwater Australia all stayed out on track. WBM seems to be staying out on track. Gatlin Downey is out on track though. Interesting plays by some people here. We'll have to see how that works out. We're going to have to watch Jack Halleck, he had 5 seconds coming into this. Oh, Halleck, not fast enough. There's something wrong. They got the hood up for just a moment, and they were able to get it back down. He's back out, but he is below Young and Iran, as it looks like Iran may get this. Anderson, though, getting it into the pits now, trying to retaliate off of the other strategies, as he's now hit the pits. I hear Gerard Iran approaching. But it's Anderson. Anderson is able to beat Gerard Iran, and I don't see Halleck. There's Halleck. Oh, Shepard! Into the back of Pericles. Out of the pits. That is huge. Oh my gosh! Bernauskas and Skylar Johnson around. That's 2 wrecks, 3. Oh my god, people coming out of the pits, people trying to avoid the people coming out of the pits, and that does not work out in some people's favor, and Ryan Monaco is done as well. That is a few people dropping down the order a lot. Pericles was P3 at the time, and now he's gone. There's Brock, who is still decently high in the order, surprisingly enough. Halleck trying to make the move on Carson Bowers, which is very interesting. And he will. Halleck not giving up just yet. And Gerard Iran attempting on Anderson. There's basically one hope left for someone to beat Anderson, and that hope is sitting right behind Anderson. That's Gerard Iran. Gerard Iran, I believe he gotten a few second places to his name. I believe maybe 1 or 2. But I don't think he's ever been this close to a win before. He had the position on Anderson coming into the pits. Did not have it out of the pits, just barely. The problem is Anderson has better tires. I think this match may be sealed. Gerard Iran would need a miracle, because rank A on better tires is just something you cannot ignore. Here's Jack Halleck now. Out of Fitzwater, and is still in a top 5 position for himself. Very good job. Jackson has hit the top 10 with the problems for Shepard and Pericles. Jackson is now in the top 10 position he needs. So there's some implications for you. Jackson needed a good run today. Keep himself high in the points, and he is going to get one. Oh, yeah. No, I think it might be over. I think this may be Anderson's 3rd win of the season, because he just pulled a lap 6/10 faster than Gerard Iran. As it seems that Anderson's now running a second a lap faster than Gerard Iran. This is pretty much it, as Gerard Iran can do nothing but sit and watch that chance of winning a race get further and further down the track. 3 wins before the halfway mark in the season. Absolutely incredible. He's only got 4 laps to go this time around, and there seems to be no danger in sight. Pericles a show. Oh, Carson Bowers. That was scary. Carson Bowers was able to hold on, went through the grass, but just barely hung on to the car. He's going to continue. Oh my god. 4/10 faster. What can Iran do in this scenario? He's, like I said, he just has to watch Anderson get further and further. He can't do anything to win this race. He's relying on Anderson's car reliability, which is so good, that I don't see failing him. Halleck, if he's able to hold on at P4, it's still going to be a great performance, a top 5 performance after getting pole and leading the most laps. That'll be close to close to second place points, I believe. So Halleck actually running it very well. But having this whole race sealed from after the first pit cycle, Anderson 1 lap to go for his 3rd of the season. Putting that in comparison, oh my, this would probably be the person to get 3 wins, the second fastest of any person, which Brock did it in 3 races time. Anderson's going to do it in 10 races time, or in this scenario, it's actually 6 races time. So very good out of Anderson. Will get 3 wins before the halfway mark of this season, showing his dominance in the Sunoco Elite Series. Through the chicane one last time. Gerard Aron would need an absolute miracle, which I just don't see happening. With the amount of corners left to go, he could coast to the finish line. Around these S-bends. And here it comes. Into the final hairpin one last time. And into the last corner. Max Anderson will take career win number 3 in his 3rd of the season. He wins in Sonoma to bring the halfway point of the season. The first half of the season has come to a close, and Anderson, an absolute dominant performance so far this season. Gerard Aron comes home P2 for a good performance. Young, his teammate, P3. And a close finish for P4, but it'll be Halleck, Fitzwater, Vincent, and Bowers, and then Caldwell, Monaco, and Jackson will round out the top 10. All 3 Cleverhawks in the top 10. Good job out of the Cleverhawks brigade. Podium for Pinocchio Young. Podium for Gerard Aron. A top 10 for Eric Monaco, but Max Anderson pulls one very good performance for himself. He got a win in Landmark Park. He got a win in Las Vegas, and now he'll take the win in Sonoma. Very, very dominant performance so far this season, as we'll see if he can continue to keep it up in Talladega. Good job out of Anderson. Let's go look at your full finishing results. So it's Max Anderson getting career win number 3 this season, with Gerard Aron P2 started near the front, is able to finish near the front. Pinocchio Young P3. Halleck, after a bad pit stop, still able to hang on in front of Fitzwater. P5, P4 for Halleck. P6 for Adam Vincent. Bowers P7, Caldwell P8, Monaco P9, and Jackson will round out the top 10. Weber came close to getting it, P11, so very impressive out of himself. Some disappointments near the bottom of the order. Shepard retired. Monaco and Lorenzo Log had bad runs. Disappointing day for one of the higher points contenders, Lorenzo Log. But congratulations, Max Anderson will take his 3rd win of the season before the halfway point. Absolutely dominant so far. Can anyone catch him? Which is a huge question everyone's asking at this point. Next time will be Talladega, round 11. One very exciting race. Torres won there last season. Right now he's last in points though, so he'll have a lot to do if he wants to win that race as well. Rank B came close to getting that win this season, but just isn't going to get there. Good job out of Anderson. We'll see you all in Talladega. Ciao.